Cricket may seem quintessentially English with its lush green fields and the sound of leather on willow echoing through the countryside. However, its roots likely lie elsewhere in Europe, far from the rolling hills of England. Historians believe the game originated in Flanders, a region known for its rich cultural history and vibrant communities. It then crossed the English Channel, taking root on English soil, where it began to evolve into the game we recognise today. For centuries, cricket remained largely an English pastime, enjoyed by the gentry and common folk alike. Yet the game's reach gradually extended beyond England's shores, spreading to various parts of Europe. By the 18th century, cricket was played in parts of continental Europe, including France, where it gained a modest following. English soldiers and sailors stationed abroad carried their love of cricket with them, introducing the game to new lands. Trading ships, plying their trade routes, also served as vectors for the sport's spread, bringing cricket to distant shores. Cricket found particularly fertile ground in the Netherlands, where the flat landscapes and enthusiastic populace embraced the game. The Dutch took to the game with enthusiasm, establishing clubs and organising matches that drew crowds from all walks of life. Today, cricket continues to thrive in Europe, with a growing number of players and fans from diverse backgrounds, keeping the spirit of the game alive. European cricket leagues and international tournaments now showcase the sport's enduring appeal, proving that cricket's European roots have grown into a vibrant and dynamic tradition. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed a golden age for cricket in continental Europe. Cricket flourished in the Netherlands, France, and other pockets of the continent. The Netherlands, in particular, emerged as a cricketing stronghold. Dutch cricketers toured England, showcasing their skills. The French, too, embraced cricket with fervour. Cricket clubs sprang up in Paris and other cities. International matches, often featuring touring English sides, drew large crowds. This era marked the pinnacle of cricket's popularity in continental Europe. The sport enjoyed a level of prestige and following rarely seen since. The outbreak of World War I cast a long shadow over European cricket. Before the war, cricket was a thriving sport, enjoyed by many across the continent. The lush green fields and the enthusiastic crowds were a testament to its popularity. The conflict disrupted sporting life across the continent. As nations were drawn into the war, the focus shifted from leisure activities to survival and warfare. The once bustling cricket grounds became silent as the sounds of battle took over. Cricket grounds fell into disrepair. The well-maintained pitches were left unattended, and nature began to reclaim these spaces. Equipment lay broken and forgotten, a stark reminder of the war's impact. Players and fans alike were drawn into the war effort. Many cricketers enlisted, trading their bats for rifles. The camaraderie of the cricket field was replaced by the brotherhood of the trenches. The war's end brought little respite for the sport. The devastation left behind required years of rebuilding, and cricket was not a priority. The once vibrant cricket grounds were now in ruins, mirroring the state of many European cities. The global economic downturn further hampered cricket's recovery. The Great Depression hit Europe hard, and resources were scarce. People struggled to make ends meet, and leisure activities like cricket took a back seat. Cricket, often seen as a leisure activity for the elite, struggled to regain its footing. The economic hardships meant that fewer people could afford to participate or even attend matches. The sports association with the upper class became a hindrance in these tough times. The war's impact on cricket in continental Europe proved profound and long-lasting. The sport that once brought joy and unity was now a shadow of its former self. Efforts to revive it were met with numerous challenges. It marked the beginning of a decline that would see the sport lose much of its former prominence. Attendance dwindled, and many facilities were neglected. The legacy of the Great Wars left an indelible mark on European cricket, changing its course forever. As cricket struggled to recover from the war, new rivals emerged on the sporting landscape. Football, in particular, experienced a surge in popularity. Its faster pace and simpler rules appealed to a wider audience. Other team sports, such as rugby and basketball, also gained traction. These sports offered greater accessibility and more opportunities for participation. Cricket, with its complex rules and lengthy matches, struggled to compete. The rise of these rivals further eroded cricket's position within European sporting culture. Cricket's inherent complexity posed another obstacle to its growth in Europe. The game's intricate rules and nuanced strategies proved difficult for newcomers to grasp. Unlike football or basketball, cricket required a significant investment of time and effort to learn. This complexity proved a deterrent for many potential enthusiasts. Moreover, cricket's reliance on specialized equipment created a barrier to entry. Acquiring bats, balls, and other equipment posed a financial burden for individuals and communities. This stood in stark contrast to sports like football, which required minimal equipment. Section 6 Cricket today, holding on. Today, cricket in continental Europe remains a niche sport. It no longer enjoys the widespread popularity it once did. However, the sport has not vanished entirely. Pockets of cricketing activity persist, particularly in countries with historical ties to the game. The Netherlands stands out as a notable exception. Dutch cricket has maintained a relatively high standard. The Netherlands has even participated in the Cricket World Cup. Ireland, too, has witnessed a resurgence of cricket in recent years. However, outside these enclaves, cricket struggles to attract players and fans. Section 7 Green shoots of growth. Despite the challenges, glimmers of hope exist for cricket in continental Europe. New initiatives aim to revive the sport and broaden its appeal. The European Cricket Network, for example, promotes cricket through various tournaments and events. The ECN's efforts focus on making cricket more accessible and engaging for a wider audience. These initiatives often target schools and youth groups, introducing cricket to a new generation. By emphasizing the sport's social and recreational aspects, these programs aim to break down barriers and foster a love for the game. Section 8. The South Asian influence. The growing South Asian diaspora in Europe provides another source of optimism for cricket's future. Cricket is deeply ingrained in the cultures of India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. South Asian communities in Europe often maintain their passion for cricket. They organize local leagues and tournaments, keeping the spirit of the game alive. This influx of cricketing enthusiasm has the potential to revitalize the sport in Europe. It could introduce cricket to a new generation of fans and players. Section 9. A brighter future. The future of cricket in continental Europe remains uncertain. Despite its rich history and global appeal, cricket struggles to find its footing in this part of the world. The sport faces significant challenges, including competition from other sports, limited resources, and a lack of widespread interest. Football and rugby dominate the landscape, leaving little room for cricket to grow. However, amidst these challenges, seeds of hope exist. Young enthusiasts and local clubs are working tirelessly to keep the spirit of cricket alive. The efforts of organizations like the ECN, combined with the passion of South Asian communities, offer a glimmer of optimism. These communities bring with them a deep love for the game, fostering a new generation of players. With sustained support and innovative approaches, cricket may yet find a way to flourish once more on European soil. Initiatives such as specialized coaching sessions and modern training equipment are paving the way for a brighter future. The journey may be long and arduous, but the potential rewards make it a journey worth undertaking. The dedication and resilience of these players and supporters could eventually lead to a renaissance of cricket in Europe, bringing the sport back to its former glory.